people from here go there and teach, oftentimes people, you know, they don't have, to me, some of them lack a lot of credentials or a lot of information. So some people are only teaching certain things and some people are teaching these other things. But there's so much to learn and to know. And there's a lot of people doing the hula and trying to spread the hula. I'm really happy that it's spread not just in Japan, but into Germany and Europe and other places. In Mexico, there's millions of practitioners of the hula. Yeah.
And how about, do you have any particular students that you feel are key for carrying on in your lineage? Is there any?
There are, well, I'll tell you, I feel that I've been so lucky because in my teachings, I not just taught on Kauai. I've taught around the world, first of all, but in the islands, I was able to live and teach the hula on Oahu, as well as commute from there to Molokai and teach the hula for like 12 years plus. And so it gave me a lot of background and a lot of information. I was a accompanist for hula for my kumu, Antiviki Takamine, at that time, and helped her throughout all the years that I was at the university. And then I moved on. I graduated from Uncle Kimu, Alama Ke Aolana's Papa Hula, Olapa and Ala Papa. And you know, I just I just kept going and going and going. I mean, I worked as a professional hula dancer at one time, but like I was telling you earlier, I had no desire. I didn't even see that was coming to me, you know, when it came to me. So now when I will teach anyone who wants to learn. I don't have any hang-ups about if they're male or female, or if they're from China, Japan, or wherever. If they have love in their heart, and then they can share, and then they can learn the hula, because you need that love in your heart.
When I was at Mauna Kea in the past year or so, it was really moving and amazing up there, and Kumu Hina was up there and powerful and strong.
Yes, do you
have a relationship with her?
I do have a relationship with Kumu Hina. There would be no Kumu Hina without Kumu Kauaiiki. No, there isn't. That is my children. Many years ago, well, you know, if you don't believe me, she made a movie. I'm in it.
Okay.
And, well, anyway, years ago, when she was still somebody else, I said, hey, the Holy Spirit says, grow your hair out for the Holy Spirit. She looked at me and said, are you nuts? Are you nuts? And I go, no, Tita, but the Holy Spirit did tell me to ask you to grow your hair for the Holy Spirit. Will you please? You know, and the rest is history, because Kumu Hina is Kumu Hina now. And I can say that, you know, in the olden days, when I lived on Oahu, she and I was at every protest and every place that was, I don't know, we were like sanctioned to be everywhere. And why we were there was to always bless and consecrate the ground. And that's why when you were saying about Mauna Kea, I never got to go Mauna Kea. I had to stay on Kauai because of my kuleana is here on the island of Kauai. Her kuleana was there. And when I saw her on YouTube doing a song that she wrote, I think it's Kumu Hawaii or something. It was so powerful. She was powerful. You know, it brought me back to all of the times when she and I would go out and do the same thing. And to see her on there carrying on for me, I could see and hear her voice, and I saw and heard myself in that. She brought me there, and I'm sure everybody who saw that and heard that and will ever come to watch that will be moved by that for sure.
I felt like it changed me.
It will, because what she's saying is what we've always been saying. I mean, Kumu Hina and I have gone all over the world together. Yeah, we have traveled the world, she and I. And as international goddesses, I have to know, we've traveled. And, you know, I'm really proud of everything that she accomplished and was willing to share. Because that's what she did to me in her life and her movie and her story and or our story is about sharing. And Kumu Hina and I, we go back. We went to college together. That's how I met her in college. And she used to pack me on her moped from University of Hawaii all the way to Liliha with a pahu drum, with 2 ipuhekes, with 10 uli ulis, with pu'inis and ipus and ili ilis on one moped.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, we're not supposed to be packing on the moped, but we would. She did. She said, "Taylor, get on there," and that's how much bravery I would say we had. You know, to be brave enough to do this and that, and to brave enough to go around the world like that and spread the hula. I'm forever proud that, you know, I was there for her, and I took her to many different places that she had never been. But when I took her to these places, she was able to be accepted, loved even more. You know, and that's why, like I said, for the hula, in order to be a true practitioner, you have to harbor that kind of love. That aloha palena ole, that your love is boundless, you don't care what. You know what I mean? You can see that there is good in all. There is good in all. Even the ones that we don't get along with, we don't understand about them, they have their own goodness too, because, you know, and we on the same token, we have our other faults too. Accepting that fact can make you have a better life. You know, and that's why I'm alive today. I'm really alive today because the Holy Spirit has endowed me with this beautiful life of mine. And I ain't gonna go out here without living my life to the fullest. Yeah. Though I might be sick, ill, or I will carry on as much as I can. When I fall down, I fall down. I always tell my students, if Kumu falls down in the middle of a performance and I drop dead, don't ever touch me. You keep going. You keep going. When you're done, then you can touch me. But other than that, you stay right where you are because you're doing what Kumu wanted you to do, what I wanted to do, and that is my life. Then I'm not gonna lie back and sit back, even though I'm sick. You know, I'm gonna do everything I can to make our world better. Yeah, and it starts by loving yourself and then loving the rest of the world. What I was going to say, when I came back to Kauai, I guess it was 2005 when I came back to Kauai to live. I had a dream, and in that dream, I saw people from all walks of life, all different races, ages, and creeds, whatever. They were singing and chanting in our native tongue.
Oh.
Yeah, in Hawaiian, there were all this from the world. They were chanting in our native tongue. They were chanting, aloha, aloha nui, aloha nui loa, aloha, aloha nui, aloha nui loa. And there was millions of them chanting this, yet you could hear only one voice. It was the sound of peace. And I heard that. Having heard that in my dream, I said, this is possible. World peace, it's possible. And it starts with, like I said, yourself. That's what I pray every day. That one day every human being will be in sync with each other and the world and the universe, so that peace will prevail in the universe and the world. Our children, they need that. Why am I teaching all these children to do all of these things and to learn this and that? Because they will be the ones that inherit whatever we leave to them. You know?
Now, you have plenty of people who help you, who love you, who are part of weaving into your thing, and I'm watching you needing to make your bread, and Monkey helps you now, yeah?
Well, I have a friend that, yeah, I need help sometimes, you know, so when you need help, ask for it. That's all I can say. You know, a lot of times people who need help are ashamed to ask for help. I, on the other hand, needed help, and I appreciate Kuaihilani's help for helping to improve this earth in the garden right now too. You know, I have been very ill, but I believe that I can still do certain things, so that's what I try to do. I try to do everything by myself if I can.
Well, I am conscious of your needing to make the dough, and I was thinking that I could probably get a little bit of mana'o on your helper. So, Kuaihilani, is that correct?
Yeah, Kuaihilani.
And then Molke, right? And we'll let you catch up on your dough for a
Oh,
minute.
yeah, no
and
problem.
Maybe just get a little mana'o out of you guys, and then, because I'm conscious that you're being patient on your bread there.
No, the bread is for all of us.
Okay, well, and then
And I'm a filmmaker as well, so I know that every moment presents itself when it needs to.
yes,
So.
it's beautiful what you're sharing right here. And
In New Zealand, so. Cool.
I wonder if we could get a little B-roll from him. And then,
I did want to, you know what's more pressing?
okay.
I want to put the dogs